Hello channel, how are you doing? Welcome back, and today we are back on the road on the PS5. It's been a couple of months since we last run this. I think it was a live stream actually back in March. I've just set up a quick job, a very quick job. We're in Stuttgart at the moment and we're going to head down here. It's a couple of 100 kilometers, pretty much exactly I think. We're going down to Munich, where we will drop off these headlights that we've just picked up right now from the truck service, which actually always reminds me of a fire station. You know what I mean, don't you? So let's get underway, and I seem to be in reverse for some reason. Let's see if we can get out. We're turning left. Let's try it. So, most of this will be motorway, I am assuming. So, yeah, back, keeping the faith. I'm gonna call this video, I think, keeping the faith, or something similar to that. We're still waiting for these tankers, aren't we? Where are these tankers that were promised? So, I think back in March, if I remember correctly, I was going to put this down until those tankers arrived. Then we had something new to play. We had a few new missions, types of missions, but still nothing yet. So I'm not. Again, we say this every video. I sound like a stuck record, don't I? I don't really know what's happening at the moment as regards on the road. I'm hoping that some of the silence is due to the fact that they're putting together some big update, but who knows? Let's just enjoy it for what it is right now. I mean, it's still okay, but I will let you into a small secret, and that is, as many of you know, over the last couple of months I've been getting the parts together for my new PC. I did actually, just this morning, add Euro Truck Simulator to my Euro Truck Simulator 2, I should say. I added that to my Steam library this morning because it was in the sale for just over £4, which is 75% off, so I couldn't really resist that, so I went for that right now. Just waiting for a couple more parts to come that are out of stock at Amazon, and then I'll be starting the build on the PC. So we will still be playing this, don't get me wrong, but we'll be doing a little bit more variety once the PC is sorted out. Just to let you know that. Right, let's get underway. We've got to get onto this motorway. We should be able to cover a few of these kilometres quite easily. Let's do it in this view. Could be a disaster. There we go. How is everyone doing? Are you still playing on the road? Let me know down below if you're still playing on the road. The videos on the channel are still quite popular, you see, so I know many of you are playing it. So, you know, that's good. That's good. That sends a clear message, doesn't it, that it's still quite popular, so, you know, I'm kind of glad that everybody is still playing it. I just wish the comms were a little bit more clearer, you know, and then we knew where we were heading. It's nice to have dates to things, isn't it? I mean, it's over 12 months now. It must be coming up 18 months since we found out about the tankers, and they're definitely in the game. They're in a dev build because we've seen them. They were showed off even last year. They were showed off in the dev build, but for some reason they've just not made it across to us yet. I'm not really sure why. Not sure if there's some issue. We have seen other trailers, haven't we, that cause the truck to go flying across the road in a kind of catapult effect. There was one live stream. If you've been around a long time on the channel, there was one live stream we ran last year, one Sunday night, where I took the trailer out that has the. Was I flash for speeding? No way. I was coming to a stop then. You saw that. I was coming to a stop at the lights. How could I get flash for speeding? Anyway, yeah, I was rocking the trailer which has the box container on the back, and that was really I can't remember what truck it was. It was struggling with a certain truck, and it was kind of jackknifing all over the place, and I don't think we got the stream finished that night. So I'm wondering if there's some technical issue, you know, like that, which is stopping the tankers being released. Anyway, I promise to stop talking about tankers now. I do want them though. I definitely want them in the game. Right, so I'm hoping this is the outer limits of Stuttgart. So I'm hoping now we get onto the fast roads. We've still got 180 kilometres to go. What time is it now? It is 21:10 in game. You can see the sun behind me starting to set. I've got my lights on already, just dipped. Right, so let's just wait for these lights to change. We're rocking the Tintin 57 livery once again. I was playing quite a bit with the new car trailer, you'll remember if you remember the previous videos we did. I've gone back to this one. Now normally I would fill this up and go on a pretty decent journey, but just for the purposes of just having a chat today about the game and where we are, I've just picked up this one simple job, just going down to Munich. So keep the faith, everybody. That is today's message. I'll try and find out something if I can. I will try and speak to the people that I am in contact with at Aerosoft, and we'll see if we can get any updates, but it's pretty quiet. Okay, here is the motorway. Still got 170 kilometres to go, pretty much. So we will get into a cruising speed and try and enjoy the trip down to Munich. We can do 80 at this point. Let's put the cruise on. That will do us. Yeah, the steering is so funny. Coming back to this after playing things like you know, Fernbus, where the steering is actually quite nice. It's weird coming back to this with so many different adjustments. Even Bus Simulator 21, which I've been playing quite a bit of just recently, as you know, since the Next Stop DLC came out. The driving on there is pretty good. It seems very well, we've talked about it before. A lot of fine tuning is needed to get the steering on this where you want it to be. But every time I come back I think it's not quite right yet. I've reset it, because don't forget there is the bug as well. If you jump back into this after a while and you think your steering doesn't seem like it was the last time you're in, just double check, because it still resets the steering settings back to the default in between sessions. So every single time, unfortunately, you have to go in and you have to reset it back up how you like it. Just check that. But even now, I've got it supposedly how I like it, but it seems a bit, I don't know, seems a bit squidgy, if that makes sense. But it's probably because I've not been on it since March, so I'm just not used to it. Anyway, I'll persevere. We'll see how we get on. We've still got 100. See, I'm all over the road. Got 147 kilometres to go down to Munich. I do quite like this time of night in the game with the sun setting. There's a bit of a mix of the dark coming in, the sun going down. It's actually not too bad. I think the problem is we get spoiled, don't we? We look at a game and we think, oh, it's great, but until the next game comes out and it's slightly better, and we can't help but compare, can we? Even though it's different developers. We look at Fernbus. There's aspects of Fernbus you think, oh, I wish we had that in On The Road. But of course, they're only the same publisher, aren't they? They're not the same developer. So, what we're asking for is probably not realistic, given that. I don't actually know. There is a PlayStation sale on at the moment. I don't actually know if On The Road is in the sale. Because I've already got it, it doesn't show me. But I know it comes up regularly in the sale. So if you haven't got it and you want to buy it, don't buy it full price. Just wait for a sale, would be my advice. You should be able to pick it up at a sale fairly often. So whilst we're on the straight, we'll try and take a look at the truck. Yeah, need a bit more doing with the cameras, I think. It'd be nice to swing it round. Once again, I'm comparing TSW, where you can go outside the train and you can really zoom in and out and swing it around. It'd be nice if we could do that. I've got the cruise on, but it is still accelerating downhill, so you end up going above your assigned speed limit. That's why I usually leave it a little bit below. I've got it on 75 now, 80 is the speed limit. I usually set the cruise a little bit below the limit just for that reason, but it still runs away with itself. It can go quite fast downhill as well, so need to be careful. Especially given with what I've just said about the steering. When I do jump in this though, I quite enjoy it. I do quite enjoy it. The trick is not to play something solidly, or it can become a bit repetitive, can't it? So I think if I jump on this for a couple of hours, every couple of months at the moment, as it is now, I will quite enjoy it. Obviously, if new content comes out, there are these tankers. I did say I wouldn't mention them again, but I can't help it. We've got the new tankers. We've also got some new trucks coming. And I'm still not really clear whether those are paid DLC, those trucks, or whether they are just being introduced as something that you can buy with your in-game currency. Because look at my in-game currency at the top. What is that? Is that 18 million? 108. Hang on. Let me look for the decimal points, because there are no decimal points here. Is that 18 million? It's not quite 18 million, is it? Anyway, you know what it is. I can't work it out. My brain's fried. But there's nothing really I can spend that money on. So hopefully there are some new trucks that we can buy. I'm not a big one for customising, you see, either. You can customise your trucks, and that all costs in-game money. But I've never really done that. It doesn't really bother me, because the cameras outside are not great. You can't really look at the customisations anyway, really. You can't sit and admire your handiwork very much, Let's just turn these up. It's getting a bit darker. So yeah, there's definitely need something to spend the in-game money on. It's lacking there. I can see the point of the sort of the tycoony side of it. You're running your trucking company. All your drivers are out making money for you. But what's the point if you can't spend it on something? It's kind of like the game has been thought out up to a point, and then right, okay, so everyone makes money. That's it. The company's profitable. There's money in the bank. Nobody cares what else we do. But you should be able to, do a lot with that money. Maybe it just needs a slight rethink. But the problem with that is we could be a little bit too far down the line, couldn't we? Because this game's been out. It's been out a couple of years now, hasn't it? At least 2 years. Can't remember the exact date. I was playing it on the PS4 first, before the upgraded version came out. So it's been a couple of years. Might even be 3 years. And it's not. It hasn't really advanced in all that time. It looks better than it did. I can tell you that now. If you've only been playing it recently, then go back on the channel, have a look at a couple of videos I did right at the beginning. Actually, I think one of the first videos that I spoke on was my first look at this on the PS4. And I haven't got the channel open next to me, I can't exactly see when that is, but if you want to go and see the comparison of what it was like then compared to now, then you can find it on the channel. But it's pretty good compared to that. The trucks used to fall out of the sky. You know, on the opposite side, you can see them still popping in a little bit if you look. But they actually used to drop out of the sky, which was quite amusing. So, you know, that kind of wrecked the immersion, but that's all been fixed now. Could just do a bigger draw distance, so I'll still say that. So 66 kilometers, we're nearly there. Just that last bit of sun behind me, just fading away as we get to Munich. I've got 2 hours 38 left of driving time before I need to rest. So I think we should be able to do it, because most of this is motorway, so we should be able to cut through those 55 kilometres fairly easy, but just need to keep an eye on that. Some AI pulling in behind me there. It's nice that we got these lights on the side of the truck. Once you put the headlights on, you know, the lights all the way around are quite a nice addition. I don't believe that they were there right at the start. I think they've been added. Let's hop back in. I think all truck driving though is quite relaxing. It is quite relaxing to play it, but apart from Truck Driver, probably all truck sims are you know, with long journeys are quite relaxing. Fernbus is great for that if you want to just spend a couple of hours. Lots of possibilities on Fernbus with the routes. This is a bit more restricted. This is just Germany. A lot of the scenery looks the same as well. It has slight differences, but it looks, you know, very samey. As Fernbus, you get to see a few things, including, if you saw my video over the weekend where I found the castle. That was interesting. I don't think you can do anything like that in this game. You can get out on foot, of course, but I don't think there's much to look at, really. Fernbus, by the way, just while we're talking about Fernbus, if you're on PlayStation, I think right now that has got 30% off if you don't own Fernbus and you fancy it. Have a look at some of the videos on the channel, see if you fancy it. But 30% off, it's a decent wedge, that, isn't it, really? I think I need to be in this side. Hopefully we won't have any accidents. There we go. Still got 29 kilometres. We'll probably be coming off fairly soon. These night runs are alright. A lot of players complain about, during the day, they complain about the mist. There's always a mist in the distance on this game, and there is, they're right. Bit less of that at night. It's quite clear tonight, isn't it? It must just be the way, you know, the lighting is during the day. But actually, I don't mind a run at night. It's alright. I know it's not always the best for a stream or a video, but, you know, in these games, night lighting is important, isn't it? So, you know, I do like to show a little bit of both off occasionally. And this seems alright. We've gone from early evening now. Although it is, well, one thing I will say, if you look in the mirrors, there's still a bit of sun there. But it is like 11:30 at night. Does that happen in Germany? At 11:30 at night, will it still be light like this? Probably not. It's not that far from the UK. I think by the time we're at 11:30, it's pretty dark. So, you know, it's just little bits. I mean, I don't know if I'd want it completely dark, but it probably should be a bit darker than this. Anyway, again, it is what it is. Right, so we've got Munich West just there. There's the exit for that, so we're not stopping there, we're carrying on. Hopefully this AI is either going to go in front of me. There you go. He speeded up, that was good. I didn't want to take the cruise off, but I'm going to have to, because look at him. Gets in front of me and slows down. Right, so this is actually the end of the motorway now. Oh, now we got accidents. Come on. One of you's got to go. One of you's got to be brave. Right, this is going to be a problem, this, isn't it? They've come together. This is just an AI issue. They've met each other at the same time, and now they don't know what to do. Right, I'm gonna have to shunt this guy out of the way, aren't I? Now, can I do this without getting a penalty? I don't want to be in reverse, actually. Right, let me get straight on him. Now, the worst thing could be if I push him and the yellow van tries to keep up with me. That would be bad. Right, so I've hit him there. That's weird. Now, he's got his handbrakes on or something. And I have not got... Have I got enough room to get round him? I bet the guy behind me is right up my backside. He is. Right, can I get round? This might be a premature end to the video, you know. If I put on a full right lock and try, I'm going to get a penalty, but I don't think we can squeeze around there, but will it make him move? Let's try this view. Yeah, it's going to be tight. I'm going to get sandwiched, aren't I? Let's try it. Let's try it. There we go. Now that's the way to do it. Now, you see, that's just one of those niggly problems there with this game. It could stay there quite a long time before the AI decides it's going to move itself. And you saw that happen. They both came in on each other, and the thing is, though, they weren't going to cross paths, were they? There's two lanes here. They could have completely gone down their own lane. So anyway, we got through it. It wasn't ideal. That we didn't. I don't think we got any penalties though, because I went slow through it. We didn't get a damage penalty, so we'll take it. You know. I don't know what I hit then. Probably the traffic light. So there's me talking about no damage penalty. We do all that good stuff, then hit a traffic light. Oh well. Like I said earlier, I've got enough money. Whatever that figure was, I've got plenty of money to pay for that, so I'm not fussed. There's the food imp on the right hand side. I think we need a few more depots. I'm hoping that's what the tankers are going to bring. You know, a few different depots and places we can go and drop off and pick up from. That's why I like switching to the container truck occasionally, because we get to go to the docks and pick the containers up. It just makes a change from going to the same depots all the time. Anyway, we're going straight on here. This is a red light, so let's just wait for this. There's a couple of AI on the street, look. I bet they're all stuck behind that accident coming off the motorway. The place where we're going is just up here ahead on the right hand side. So as soon as we get the green light, we'll go and drop these things off. I mean, the truck's pretty empty. We've not really got anything on board to speak of. So once again, everybody, keep the faith with the game. Let me know in the comments below if you're still playing it, and if you are still playing it, how often do you play it and how long do you play it for? Because as I said, I know the videos are popular. I just don't have any inkling as to how popular. I don't know if you guys are playing it, you know, a few hours at a time, or you pick it up every couple of weeks. Or that's what I'd be interested to know. We'll just let this lady cross. And we can drop this off. This is one of these really tight drop-off places, but we can get around this by opening the doors first, I've found, which makes it a bit less difficult to do. So I'll jump out here, get the handbrake on, let's jump out, we'll go and get the documentation sorted out. It's another fire station. It's in darkness, isn't it? The lights should be on, shouldn't they, if we're dropping this off. So we've got headlights. We'll open the doors. There's our cargo right at the end. It's going to take him 10 minutes to walk up there to get that out. Jump back in. Right, handbrake off. So I'm kind of hoping that if we can just swing it round, it should turn green without us having to really do much. Go up. Easy does it. We might be alright with this one. Come on. Give me a green. Give me a green. Come on, we're looking good there, surely. There we go. So that's it. We got there. Eventually. That little job, we got, well, we got over 50... 5,000, not 50,000. I'm terrible with my numbers today. We got 5,000 euros just over, because we only had that one little job. There was some damage. We hit the headlight, didn't we, coming around the corner. We got 1% knocked off, and a bit of reputation deduction as well. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We live on and fight another day. So that's today's video, and hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks once again for watching and supporting the channel. Don't forget, leave me a comment below about your experiences with On The Road, and also give me a thumbs up, and we'll possibly do some more On The Road very soon. So until then, take care, see you on the next video, bye for now.